Okay, yogis. I think we're going to go Vinyasa practice today. So you can start anywhere on your mat that feels comfortable. Child's pose, seated, on your back or your belly. Give yourself a chance to arrive. The breath always serves as a really wonderful anchor because it's always there for you. So give yourself a minute just to be here. And then you're looking for a connection to the breath. If you have any trouble finding that, just take 3 deep breaths in and out. And once you establish a connection to the breath, you can start to bring in some movement and some stretch. It might be as simple as walking your hands over or leaning left or right. If you're on your back, you could let the knees fall to the left or to the right. You can take a banana asana. Just noticing how, as you change the shape of your body, it changes the way the breath lands. Always letting the breath lead the way. So we won't spend a lot of time warming up. We're going to do some sun salutations, but just for me, a couple of cat-cows. So on the inhale, I'm going to drop the belly with the crown of the head, the heart, and the tailbone up, and then exhaling. Rounding out. Couple more like that. Just follow your breath, guys. Be organic with the movement. And that really is the whole practice, right? Listening to the feedback that your body's continuously giving you, which, let's face it, a lot of us don't do on a regular basis. You know, how often do you not eat when you're hungry, or vice versa, eat when you're not hungry? How often do you wait to use the bathroom, even though your body's saying, this is what I need to do now? Or not get enough sleep, even though you're tired and you know you could use extra. We're very good at tuning the body out. So here, let's come back to tabletop, and I'm going to have you come into a strength pose. You're just going to flip your toes under and take your knees up about 1 inch or 2 off the mat. Well, okay, 2 or 3. We'll call it 2 or 3. And you'll feel right away, this is a deeply engaging pose. I can feel work in the upper body, my core, my legs, everything's engaged and working. So we won't hold it for too long, but let yourself feel the strength in the body. Hopefully we'll stay long enough so that you do start to want to come out of the pose. You start to feel a little fatigue and a little discomfort, because that's a really good opportunity just to check in and notice how you're responding. So the way your body responds, the way your mind responds, really kind of the way your spirit responds. So staying with it. If you wanted to add on from here, you're going to keep the left knee right where it is, but keeping the right knee bent, you take the sole of the right foot up towards the ceiling. Good. I'm not going to do that, but you go ahead if you want to. We're only here for about 5 more breaths. So if you've taken your knees down, lift them back up now, because we're holding for 5. You have this for 4. Good. Staying for 3, 2, and when you get to 1, let's go downward facing dog. That will probably feel pretty good. So take your tailbone up, paddle your feet out, shift your hips side to side. Ooh, that's one way to wake up. You can bring the feet a little closer together and let both your heels fall to the right. We'll stretch through the side, come back through, go over to the left, make our way back into downward facing dog. So I'm going to try to work a few more strength options into this practice. A friend of mine didn't actually say it, express it in this way, but wanted a little more challenging practice. I think a lot of us maybe are feeling a little softer right now, not getting the type of activity we're used to. So I will try to remember to throw in some options. But you're in down dog right now, so go ahead and take a full breath in. Empty that out. Inhale, take your right toes up. Exhale, bend and reach. Go ahead, take another breath in. Lift up through your right knee. Exhale, foot gently comes back down. Inhale, forward to high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Upward facing dog. Back to down dog. Remember though, as we move through that everything's optional, okay? So if I'm adding things in and you're like, no, then don't do it, okay? That's all right. Left toes reach up. Bend the knee and reach over. You can be modifying or skipping out. That's entirely up to you guys. Stay here for another breath. Long through your left toes. Foot comes gently back down to the mat. We'll inhale forward to high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Up dog. Back to downward facing dog. And we'll walk the feet up to the hands for ragdoll. So feet go wide, hip width, or even wider. Upper body relaxing. Any variation with the arms. Ooh. You can be still or sway. Looking to release the low back. So pay attention to how it feels through here. A lot of you guys will come into this pose straight-legged, and then so I see you doing this. This is not releasing your low back, okay? We want to soften this up. So bend your knees as much as you want to. Take your chest to your thighs if you want and really sink into it, but let the low back go just for a few breaths. That's good. Awesome. Take one more breath here. And then release the hands. Heel toe the feet in a little bit closer. I won't add anything extra yet. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, take a side bend to the right. Inhale, back through center. And we'll exhale left. Back through the middle, fill up. And then bow all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low plank as you exhale. And if you want to add in extra push-ups, you sure can. Upward. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Stay for one more inhale. Get completely empty. Bend your knees, look forward and step or float. Halfway. Forward fold. Mountain pose, right up. Forward fold, come on, right back down. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low. Again, feeling free to modify, amplify, or skip out completely. Yogi's choice always. Back to downward facing. And we'll just do one more sun A and we'll move on to sun B. So take a breath here. Release it out. Step or float up. Halfway lift. Good. Fold in deep. Rise up strong. Forward fold right back down. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing on your inhale, and then downward facing as you press back. And I'm going to have you look real quick. We'll do a little exercise. You know, we have a tendency in practice to say step or jump forward. I don't really want you to jump. It's more of an action of taking the hips up. You know, when I say jump, I get this reaction sometimes. I'm looking more for the hips to go up into the air, up into the air. So just for a few breaths right here, practice that. Your feet don't have to come forward at all, but I want you to bend your knees and jump the hips up. So see how my upper body's going to shift forward. So do a few of those. They don't have to be as high as that. Little jumps are good too. Little jumps, big jumps. It's going to get your heart rate up a little bit. Good. Let's do one more. Awesome. Come back to your down dog. Whew. Take a couple of breaths. And we're going to do one more variation on that exercise. So I am going to have you jump forward just a little bit, or a lot, depending on you, okay? But that idea of taking the hips up, okay? So looking forward, right? I'm going to jump and take the feet up, but really lightly, like a ninja. I don't want to hear your feet land. So if that means you jump 3 inches, awesome. If that means you jump 3 feet, even better. Whatever works for you. So jumping up, little ninja landing. Do 3 like that, okay? Up, and a little quiet landing. I'll wear myself out before we get started. That's how that's gonna work. And we'll do one more, you guys. One more. So hips up, right? Weight is shifting forward. Ooh, Diana, you're squeezing your belly. That's it. Now you could always, always, always step forward. You do not ever have to jump, hop, or float to the top of your mat. But if you're going to try to do that, look for bringing it from your core and finding that springing action with the hips up, okay? Whoo! Take one more breath in here. And as you empty out, bend your knees, look forward, and step or hop up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhaling. Forward fold, exhaling. Mountain pose, come all the way up. And then chair pose, sink low. So you can keep your arms extended. Like I mentioned the other day, because I'm talking while I'm practicing, I'm bringing my hands down to take the energy level of the pose down a little bit, but you could be here. You could be here. Actually, why don't you do that? Take the arms out in front. Take the shoulders out of it. Feel the weight sinking back into the heels. Whew. Strong legs, grounded heels. Stay here for one more. Full breath in. And then forward fold, release. Halfway lift on your inhale. High to low push-up as you exhale. Upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Right foot steps for warrior 1. Back heel drops. We're going to rise up to stand. Whew. We'll go through this first one just a little slower. No need to rush through. But let's do this. We're going to do the variation on the flow. So feel your warrior 1, right? You feel the outside of your left foot or the center of your heel. Can you feel that in the mat? Deep lunge in your front leg. You got it. Ooh, Diana, when I say that, it's a pulling of your lower belly in and up. Now you put on tight pants and you have to pull in just a little bit to get the button. It's like that. So ooh, Diana, little pull of your belly. Heart's lifting. Energy all the way up to the tips of your fingers. Take a big breath in, and then warrior 2. Let your hips and chest open. And for most of us, this feels better, right? It's more open through the body. We'll take a forearm stretch that I like to do here. Just point your fingertips up and press through the palms of your hands. Strong though. So you feel it in the triceps. You feel the stretch in your forearms. Good. Stay for another breath. And on the exhale, you're going to make little fists with your hands and point your knuckles down. Now you should feel this more in the tops of the forearms. A couple breaths there. And it doesn't take long, right? It doesn't take a lot of stillness to slow the breath down. Mine's getting there. Release the hands. Flip your front palm with an inhale. Reverse your warrior. Take it up and back. Big stretch. Stay there. We're going to take one more breath in. And then chaturanga all the way back down to the floor. Upward facing dog. Back to down dog in the left foot steps for warrior 1. Very common when you're newer to the practice to have a shorter stance here. It offers more stability. Nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, that's a wise practice. As you get more stable and sound in your foundation, it will naturally get longer stability with that short stance, more flexibility and openness with the longer stance. So you just kind of listen to your body there. So same as before, find the right foot now, the center of the heel, maybe the outer edge. You feel a little tightness tightness. A little more tightness on the right side than I felt on the left. Breathing, noticing, awareness, right? No attachment, because my body's going to feel completely different 5 minutes from now, much less by the time we finish. Take another breath in here, feel that to the tips of your fingers, and then warrior two. Let your body open. And you want to have a long reach through both sets of fingertips, a gaze or drishti point. So usually in this posture, very traditionally right over the middle finger, or right at the end of the middle finger. I'm reaching strong through my hands, but my shoulders are relaxed, right? I could be here. We're not looking to create more tension in the body. We're looking for where we can create space, openness, and freedom. Flip your front palm with an inhale, reverse your warrior. Stay there to empty out. Good. Take one more breath in. Reach up. And then chaturanga. Go low. Oh. Up dog. Inhaling and downward facing dog. Press back. It is humid today, which I actually love for practice. But I'm feeling it for sure. Give yourself one more breath here. As you empty out, bend your knees, look forward, and step or float your feet up. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Come all the way up to mountain, big breath in. Sink to chair. Go low. We're just going to stay for one inhale. And then forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low push up as you exhale. Up dog, breath in. Downward facing dog. Into breath now, right foot steps. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga. Follow your breath down. Inhale up. Press back to downward facing. Left foot steps. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, chaturanga. Just following the flow of the breath all the way through. Good. That was really our one traditional B. We're going to do same sequence with a little variation next time. So take another breath here. Let your body get empty and light. Step or float, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to mountain. And then sink low to chair. Good. I'm going to have you take a breath in here. And then right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. We're going to keep the hips and chest squared to the front. So feel that. Feel your heels, right? We still have the weight shifted back. The eyes squeezing toward each other. Hips are going to want to try to get out of whack there. Don't take the twist to such a degree that you can't hold the lower body, okay? But keep breathing. Empty, empty. Good. Another breath in. Empty that out. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. I think we have about 3 breaths here. I gotta be honest, I wasn't counting. But it felt like 3. So where can you soften on the exhale? Breathe in. A little taller. Exhale. A little softer. Breath in. Stay and empty out. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Halfway lift, lengthen out. High to low push up. Up dog. Fill and lift. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps. Warrior one as your breath in. Good. Exhale to warrior two. We're going to inhale and reverse it. And the exhale is going to take you to half moon pose. So you're going to shift your weight forward into the right foot. You have a block handy. That can be helpful. Left leg's lifting. We're stacking the hips. Left arm to the sky. Good. Breathing here. We'll hold it probably about 5 breaths. So if you wanted to bind it up, you could reach back, catch the foot, kick into that. You get some chest, upper back, shoulder, a little back bend for sure. Maybe a little lighter. Your right hand. I don't know how many breaths, 2 more. Let's take 1 more breath in. And then release to your forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low push-up as you exhale. Up dog. Back to downward facing dog. Left foot steps. Warrior 1, come on up. Exhale, warrior 2. So you know what's going to happen now. So reverse your warrior. And then just let yourself glide forward into the pose. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to set it up. Just find your balance. Find your strength. Remember that Uddiyana Bandha, that quality of engaging your belly. Help you come into your core strength. And you can stay right here, or you can go for the bind. You know, not every variation of every posture is for every body. So you can always play and experiment, feel it out. But don't feel like, oh, you know, that must be my ultimate goal. It's not. It's different for everyone. 2 more breaths, guys. So full inhale. Long exhale. You've got 1 more breath in here. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Oh, what do you say? High to low push up as we exhale. Up. We're facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Whoo-wee. I feel warm now. That is the goal of the sun salutations, and I'm going to throw it out there that they were effective today. Let's keep moving while we're on a roll, though. So right toes go up. And we're going to bring the right knee across to the left elbow. Core, right? Tap. Right toes up. Knee to forehead, nose, or belly. Little chest, really. Right toes up. And then right knee, right elbow. You can hold there. You can play with the balance. You bring your left elbow in and shift. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2. And when you get to 1, the right toes go high. And your right foot is stepping through for crescent lunge. So your feet are wider apart now. Your back heel's lifted. Ooh. Hips and chest are squared to the front of the room. Breathing. You can by all means bring your hands to heart center. Take a little of the effort out of it. Let the breath slow down. Better. Good, you got it. All right. So from here, we're going to do a little variation. So you can stay right here. This is good. If you want to add this on, you're going to take a breath in. On the exhale, the left knee goes to a hover. Inhale to come up. Exhale to a hover. Inhale up. Exhale, hover. Good. Stay. Breathe in. Empty it out. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, warrior 2. So just opening up. I gotta scooch my feet a little. You might have to as well. Right into warrior 2. Towel might not have been a bad idea. Take a breath to lengthen fingertip to fingertip, and then bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Inhale, press through your knuckles, lift your chin, open your chest, and on your exhale, humble warrior. Torso comes forward and down inside the front thigh. Resist the urge to rest any weight on the right thigh, guys. Fist can rest at the small of the back. You can let them drop forward to rinse the shoulders if that feels available. A towel between your hands might allow you a little more freedom and space there if you're needing that. Deep, full breath. Head hangs heavy. Lower body's definitely working. Upper body's relaxed. You got this. Take a breath in. Empty it out. Nice. Give it another inhale. And then as you exhale, let the hands come down. We're going to let the left hand grab the right wrist. We'll come up for archer pose. So as you come up, you're going to straighten through your right leg and pull up and back through your right arm. And then we're going to move into triangle on the right side. So my legs now are strong. They're engaged. I'm going to shift my weight forward. So left hip's going back. Reach as far as I can, and then the right hand just comes down. You might come to your shin, block, or thigh. But you get no brownie points for going really low with the right hand, guys. I want you to keep your chest open, so it's shining right towards the side wall. Shoulders stacked up. Gaze can be up, it can be sideways, or it can be down to the floor. Legs stay engaged, okay? So don't let them relax here, don't let them go soft. You can stay here. This is a great posture all in itself. A variation that might feel good would be left arm over the ear. Get some stretch through the side body. Feel that pulling from the hip socket. Opening up the rib cage. We'll roll the left shoulder back and keep the heart nice and open. Okay. Breathe in. And empty out. Good. Deep breath. Empty, empty. Stay for one more inhale. And we'll go wide straddle forward fold. So you're going to turn your right toes in and come down and around so that you're in a forward fold here. Oh. And you know, different people land in different places in this pose. For me, it's relatively easy at this point in my practice to get my head down there. So I'm going to walk my feet in a little bit so I have to work for it a little bit more. My hands are shoulder width, elbows straight back, and I'm drawing the crown of the head down toward the mat. Now you might, if you're newer, you might take the feet a little wider. As long as you're feeling the stretch in the back of the legs though, I mean that's the goal here. You could be here, this is awesome. If you're feeling the stretch, you could be here, and this is awesome as long as you're feeling the stretch. It doesn't have to look a certain way. You want to ask yourself, where am I feeling this and how does it feel? Let's go 3 more breaths. One more full inhale. Empty it out. Nice. Come to the halfway point. I'm going to walk my feet in just a little bit and then catch my hips and ground down to come up. Rotate the toes forward here. We'll set up for pyramid. So long pyramid is an option where we keep the legs like this. Shortening the stance is more traditional. So I'm going to walk my left foot in a bit and I'm going to square my hips and chest towards the front. So I can really feel that. Left hip pulling forward, right hip pulling back. Traditionally, an arm bind. I'm just going to take the arms high and hinge forward over the front leg. You can come to the halfway point, the midway point, and stop. You can bring your hands to your shins and hold right here. Kind of work the hips and the stretch in the hamstring. If it's available, you go a bit lower with your hands. Let your head drop. If you're quite low, you can turn the fingertips back and pull yourself in a little deeper. So always options. It is nice to make some kind of connection here. So if it's a long reach, take your block. Just bring your hands to your block. We'll hold that for a couple of breaths. Good. One more breath in. Empty it out. And then with this nice inhale, just bend the front knee, plant the hands and step back. High push up to low. Upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And breathe out. Your left toes are going to reach high. Now we're taking the left knee across to the right elbow. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, knee to nose. Forehead, chest. Inhale, toes up. Left knee, left elbow. You can hold right here. This is good if you want to play with the balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, and as you get to 1, left toe up, left foot through, crescent lunge. Ooh, it feels good to inhale the arms out, but boy, I'm going to bring my hands right back down to the heart center. Let things slow down. And same thing, guys, everything's optional. You can stay right here. If you want to add in those squats, you're going to take a breath in. On the exhale, you go low. Inhale, back up. Exhale, go low. Inhale up. Exhale low. Stay and breathe in. Empty it out. All the way up. Warrior two. So I have to make a couple adjustments for that. Give me two. Warrior two pose here. Take a breath, fingertip to fingertip. And then hands behind the back, fingers in, release. Inhale, press down through the knuckles, lift the chin. Exhale, humble warrior. Things, at least in my body, things very often feel different from side to side. So I'm very aware as I move from a posture on the right side to the left side of those changes and differences. Good. Breathing. Emptying. Two more like that. Fill up. Empty it out. Nice. Take one more inhale. This time release your hands. Right hand grabs left wrist. Inhale, come up for archer. So straighten through your left leg. Pull up and back. And then we're going to glide right into triangle from here. And there's no rush. You can set it up. Grab your block if you need it. Hand to shin, hand to thigh, hand to foot. Right arm to the sky. So you can see all the triangles in the pose, right? That's definitely the alignment we're looking for. Feel it though. I mean, a lot of times because our bodies differ, our anatomies differ, you're going to have to make little changes and adjustments for your body. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, that's 100% right. You can stay here, guys. Top arm over the ear. You'll get that stretch and extension through the side body. We'll stay for 3 more breaths. Filling up. And emptying out. And breathing in. And out. You got it. Another inhale. And with your exhale, down and around. You're turning your left toes in. This time, I'm going to give you that same option. You're welcome to take wide straddle forward fold, but it might feel good to go with Skandasana here, side lunge to the right. So you can stay high in the hips and lunge this way. You can also turn the left toes up and sink low in the hips. So that's a different posture. I'm going to keep my right fingertips down and take my left arm up to the sky and just kind of open up. So I'm going to feel this more inner thigh and groin than if I keep it high and it's landing in the hip. Give yourself a couple of breaths. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, go over to the other side. Walk it over, point the toes up. My left hand's going to come down inside the knee, right hand to the sky. Good, one more breath up. We'll take it back through center. Hands are going to grab the hips and ground down, come all the way up. Rotate your toes toward the front, setting up for pyramid. So I'm going to shorten my stance. Square my hips and chest to the front wall. Inhale to get a little longer, and then exhale, hinge forward. Right over the left leg. Ooh. Your head can drop. Feel that action though, so your feet are really solidly planted into the mat. As you press into your right foot, you see how the right foot's drawing forward and the left hip automatically is kind of scissoring back. That's the action we're looking for. You'll feel the majority of the sensation likely in the left leg, back of the left leg, hamstring, right? Give it a couple breaths here. And one more inhale. Empty it out. This breath in, we just soften the front knee and step back to high plank. Let's hold that for a moment. And you can be on the balls of the feet, or you can be on the knees. Much like turbo table when we started, plank is also really a whole body pose. So staying here is fantastic. If you want to add on, you can go right knee to right elbow, and then take it back. Left knee to left. And back. So I'm going to go slow and back. Try to keep my hips low and back. Maybe I'm counting. I think I am. Left, back. Just 2 more, guys. Right, left on each side, of course. Right and left. Awesome. Hold here. Actually, let's take it to forearm plank. Go a little lower. Hold right here and breathe. I feel like this might be a time, a little later in practice, a little more fatigued, when that desire to come out might come up. So just noticing and paying attention, guys. See if you can find a deeper breath in and a longer breath out as we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees, belly, chest. Come all the way down. Oh, take just a moment to appreciate what a great floor this is. How good your body feels in this moment at rest. You know, so often in life when things are difficult and challenging, we wish they weren't. And I think we often forget when these moments come up, when you move through a challenge, when you get past an obstacle, and just for a moment, it feels like it does in yoga when you get to lay on the floor. You know, your whole body relaxes, all the air goes out. There's no work to be done, and you just relish that moment. If you're not doing that in real life, make sure you're practicing that on your mat. It'll carry over. Okay? I'm going to have you push back to child's pose. Hips to heels, just for a moment. Hold counter. Good. All right, and then we're coming all the way through to our seat. Roll your legs forward. We're going to come onto our backs. Block's not a... I like a block. I mean, you don't always need a block, but you don't ever need a block in practice. But they're kind of nice. You can use them for different things. We're going to do just a tiny bit of core before we move into bridge. So, I'm going to have you take your hands behind your head, elbows out to the side, and your knees over your hips. Extend your right leg to about 45 and take your right arm to your left knee. Good, and hold that, so feel that right there. Remember to pull your belly in towards your spine, and then switch. Good, and switch. So again, just slow and methodical. We're in no rush here, because I'm going to offer you an option to add on. As you go through the middle, you can inhale, lift your tail, and then switch. So inhale, lift, and switch. Good. Inhale, lift, and switch. So it's just a small movement, but you'll feel that a little lower in your abs. We'll stay with that for a few more. Breathing, as always, is an excellent idea. Awesome. I think we have 3 more lifts from here. So we'll say 1 and switch. Good. 2 and switch. Third one, switch, and then just for fun. 10, a little faster. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Woo! Feel free to stretch head to toe if you'd like to. And then plant your feet. Possibly your hands come up for bridge or wheel. So I'm going to come into bridge. Whew, I'm just pressing down through my feet to lift my hips high. Walking my shoulders under. Maybe you ice the fingers, maybe you don't. Find the version of the pose that works for you. But we are looking, there's a ton of room here to open up the front body. So that's what we're looking for. Press down and lift. We're going to stay with this for 3 more breaths. So you feel yourself lift on the inhale. Softening on the exhale. 2 more. And out. Good. 1 more breath in. Come all the way back down to your mat. Oh, I did make you do core. If you want to counter stretch, you go knees to chest. Rock it out a little bit. We're going to do 1 more bridge or wheel. You could take that supported. You could take full wheel with a leg lift. And listen to your energetic self right now. And on your next inhale, come up. Wherever that is, just come up. And some sort of variation. So maybe it's something I can see, where you lift the heels, or you lift the toes, or you take a leg lift, or maybe you're breathing more deeply than you did the last time. Or maybe you found there's a little inward rotation of your thighs that creates more space in your sacrum, your low back. So maybe it's subtle and I can't see it, but you can feel it a little bit different than last time. And we're here for 3 more breaths. So every inhale lifting you up. Open up and expand, guys. You only have 2 more breaths, so breathe in, lift up. You got it. One more time, fill. And then come all the way back down. Supta Baddha. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, or feet to the edges of the mat, knees together. That's up to you. I'm going to go left hand to the heart, right hand to the tummy. Opportunity to slow down, right? It's a lot like that opportunity to appreciate what you just got through. We can rest, we can take breaks. We don't have to go 100 miles an hour all the time. That seems to be quite the message these days, right? We don't have to go nearly as hard as we thought we did. Draw your knees together, guys. Oh, hug them into the chest. Give them a nice squeeze. Oh, rock side to side. I'm going to suggest half pigeon right side. The traditional pose is where I'm going. Reclining half pigeon, always an option. You can cross the ankle over and pull the knee to the chest. But I'm going to take the right knee and align it up at the front of the mat. Left knee and foot behind me into the floor. The shin, hands on the body. You know, you're looking to feel an opening in your right hip. So setting this up, you can lengthen your body here. And then let your heart come forward nice and long. Maybe you come to your forearms, maybe a block if it's hard to get all the way down, maybe all the way to the mat. And you breathe. Three more breaths. Make your way back up. From traditional, an easy way to switch sides is to tuck your left toes and step back. If you'd like to move the right hip around, you can take a hip opener here, circle the knee, whatever you need to do. When you're ready, the left toes are going to reach up, and we're bringing the left knee forward now for half pigeon. Draw your back, just switch the legs out. Good. Find the length, and then let the heart come forward. Taking advantage of this stillness. Watching your breath move in. And watching your breath move out. It never has to be any more complicated than that. Three more. to your third exhale, making your way up. You can just shift your weight left, bring your back leg forward, and come onto our backs. Some type of inversion. It could just be a happy baby if you want to take your feet up. Get your feet or your ankles, knees towards the edges of your mat. Shoulder stand if you're feeling more energetic. Be supported, legs in the air. If less so, headstand, handstand. These are all options. And we'll stay about 10 to 15 breaths, so not too long. And there's an arc to the practice. It starts, it climbs, it peaks, it comes back down, right? It's the way our day should look. We're not always so good at following what really are the natural rhythms of our body and our lives. Looking for that, like looking for the things that you're already doing that you know are serving you well. Giving those things more energy, more attention, giving yourself more support in doing those things, being grateful that those things are a part of your life and an option. And if you're doing things that aren't serving you as well, try to give them less energy, you know? Don't fight and battle if you can help it. A lot of times that just tends to feed the problem. Give them less energy. Good. About 3 more breaths, guys. And as you're ready to come down, you can give everything one last squeeze in. Knees to chest, forehead to knees if you like. Rock it out a little bit. And we're going to take a supine twist and then Shavasana. So you could be as simple as letting both of your knees fall to the right. If you want a little deeper twist, extend your right leg, kind of kick your hips so that your right hip is under. Pull the left knee in towards the chest and take it across the body. So you're going to get a deeper twist that way. Left arm out to the side, and your gaze can go over the left shoulder. Just a few breaths here. And the secret, and there's actually research to back this up. The secret to change is not fighting old habits, it's replacing them with new ones. If you can connect a new habit to an existing habit, you're even more likely to successfully create that new habit. So that's something to consider. There's a really good TED Talk. Sadly, I can't remember the guy's name. I know that he talks about PP push-ups. So I feel like if you Google TED Talks, PP push-ups, you'd probably find it. He wanted to do more push-ups, so he started, I think, at first, every time he went to the bathroom, he would stop and do like 3 push-ups. And then over time, it got to be more and more and more until, by the end of the day, he's doing like 150 push-ups or something. Good. Give it one more breath on this side. And then come back. Oh. Extend your left leg, or you can let both knees drop to the left. That's a beautiful variation. Or you can pull your right knee in and take it across, a little deeper. Right arm out behind you, gaze over the right shoulder. Yeah, so he connected it to a habit, not necessarily that any of us would call a good or bad habit. It's just something you do all the time, right? You have to go to the bathroom however many times a day. He talked about different things you could do to get yourself to go to the gym. Like you set your clothes out every day before you leave for work, if you're planning to go to the gym after work. Just different things to make it easier, to facilitate letting these good habits or better habits become a bigger part of your life. It really isn't rocket science, but it does take a certain amount of thought, determination. Discipline comes in time. Good. One more breath. Come back through the middle. Whatever you need here, guys. If you need another stretch, head to toe, take another stretch, head to toe. Let your body be comfortable. So on the back is traditional, but feel free to come to your side or your belly or wherever you feel at ease. I'm going to take my feet a little wider and just let them relax and fall out. I'm going to tuck my shoulder blades under so my upper back is soft and my chest is broad. Traditionally palms up, but I prefer left hand to the heart, right hand to the tummy. I'm going to close my eyes. One last breath in and out, and then natural breathing. And you can stay right where you are. You can roll to one side or the other if you like. You can also start to wiggle and stretch a little bit. Deeper breath. as you're ready, making your way up towards a strong seat. Eyes can be open or closed. Let's do this today though. Sit up nice and tall. Take your hands out by your sides, palms up. As you inhale, you're just going to sweep the arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, blow it out your mouth. Do that again. Inhale, sweep up. One more time. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms to heart. Good. Thumbs can lift to forehead center. We'll take one more breath in together, and all together we'll say, Namaste. Thanks for practicing. Woo, if I can keep this up, right? Maybe not so huffy and puffy next time. Hope to see you guys again tomorrow.